Hi, I'm Nate, personal claims attorney. Have you ever had a work-related injury due to the fact that your neighbor's trash can was in front of your driveway? So before you can back out to go to work, you have to get out and move it, but when you do, your neighbor Gary is outside walking his freaking Pomeranian, even though your neighborhood has a strict rule about no pets, but Gary lied and said that he is blind, and that the Pomeranian is his service dog, but that actually doesn't make sense because you're pretty sure that the dog is the one that's actually blind, but the neighborhood association won't do anything about it because it's run by sloth people, and sloth people don't speak English. So now you have to research how to communicate with sloth people, but no results, because apparently sloth people aren't real, and you realize your asshole neighbor Gary wasn't telling the truth when he told you that. So you end up having to confront Gary on your own about his trash cans so you can finally leave for work. But when you go to confront him, Gary gets upset, starts throwing a tantrum claiming that he is the trash can man, and that no one can tell him what to do with this trash can. So instead of arguing, you get back in your car and finally leave for work. But on your way, you realize you were talking to Gary for 3 hours. Now you're super late, and Mr. Sanson, your boss, is gonna be pissed. So you have to go to the grocery store to buy him some flowers, just to realize Mr. Sanson is allergic to flowers. So instead, you buy him a gallon of ice cream because the store's having a special on ice cream. After you pay, start driving back to work, hit some traffic because there's a cat in the road. So you get out of your car, walk up to the cat to help, and you ask him, "What are you doing in the street?" He says, "I lost my baseball, I can't find it." But when you point out it's literally right behind him, he gets mad, lunges at you, and kicks you in the shin. So now you're driving to work again with the bruised shin, eating ice cream that is meant for your boss, and for some reason your car's radio won't play anything besides Friday by Rebecca Black. So for the rest of the drive, you sit there in silence. But when you finally pull into your workplace, you find that bitch Karen from marketing parked in your spot again, even though you filled out and submitted several complaints to HR. So now you have to park across the street at Great Tomato Tom's Pizzeria. And while you're crossing the street on foot, the sign twirler from Great Tomato Tom's Pizzeria trips you. So you get a giant gosh heckin' hole in your pants and you have your undies showing. By that point, you're ticked off and decide just to walk into work. But when you do, Mr. Sanson's waiting for you at the front desk with the box of your things, because apparently 7 hours late to work isn't a thing. So now you grab your stuff, go to the door, and a printer falls from the 4th floor window, which also happens to be the marketing floor where that bitch Karen works. As the printer's falling, it misses your head but smashes your foot. So you start shouting in pain when your ex-boss runs outside and explains to you, technically you weren't in the building or an employee of the company anymore, so they won't be paying any medical bills. Has that ever happened to you? If so, call me now for a very expensive consultation. Greezy Greezy, LLP.